So welcome back to DecoyNoise, another episode of Am I the Antagonist? And am I the antagonist for not wanting to raise a kid that isn't mine? So as always, I read the story in its entirety, I take it over to the Decoy Court so I can give you my knee-jerk reaction, then the Decoy Defense, which is an inverse of that. I read the top comments and the controversial comments and your comments down below. Let's go ahead and get to the story right now. So OP wrote, "My girlfriend became pregnant 7 years ago. It wasn't planned. I didn't want to be a dad, but did the right thing and married her. She gave birth to a girl who is now 6. I tried to be a good father, bought her toys and stuff, but things changed back in April when I found out around the time my wife became pregnant, she was messing around with a lot of guys and the kid might not even be mine. I got a DNA test done and it turns out I'm not the father. My soon-to-be ex and I are in the progress of getting a divorce. As soon as I found out about the kid not being mine, I told my wife to take her kid and get the heck out of my house. She went to live with her mother. When they were leaving, I didn't let the kid take any of the toys and stuff that I bought for her. I paid for them, and she's not even my kid. My wife called me every name in the book, but I stood my ground. Yesterday was the kid's birthday. My soon-to-be ex-wife called me and told me I needed to be there for the birthday party. I told her to go piss off. I wasn't wasting any more time and money for a kid that isn't even mine. She berated me for abandoning my daughter and how she'd been crying for her father. I told her to take the kid to her real father, whoever the heck he is. Now my brother got to know about this and chewed me out. He said I was being the antagonist and I should have at least shown up for the kid's birthday party. So, am I the antagonist? So in a very probably controversial story, I gotta rush it over to the Decoy Court to kind of give my knee-jerk reaction. And honestly, we just gotta have to break this down almost line by line where, okay, in the beginning, it's very obvious. It's like, it's very obvious that he doesn't like this kid. And the thing is, though, is I would like to think that this is all coming from a very, very wounded, hurt person where he thinks that this is his daughter. Yes, she's 6 years old now and I've raised her and this is my wife, and then found out, oh, not only was she cheating on me, this is somebody else's kid. Now he feels hurt. So the idea is maybe if he wrote this story and kind of illustrated his view of his daughter just 1 year ago, he wouldn't be saying, I bought her toys and stuff and I didn't want to be a dad. He might have been proud and super excited about this kid. He might not have, but giving him the benefit of the doubt, he's writing this story right after his whole world just got rocked and flipped upside down. So, to not give this guy a pass, I would like to think maybe he's just not coming from the best state of mind. And the next paragraph where he talks about, I kicked her out, didn't let her have the toys, they gotta get out of here, go to your real dad or whatever. The messed up part is, though, is whatever he bought the kid, the toys, the clothes, whatever it was, the house maybe he bought for the family, sad to say that kind of goes to the wife at that point in time, or the kid, because they're her toys, they're her clothes. Like, let them have them. Just because you paid for them, you gave them to the kid. You don't have that type of control, which makes me feel like this goes back into the idea of he's just a very hurt, wounded person. So the next one was he needs to go to the kid's birthday. So yeah, I could see how the kid's gonna look for their father. 7 years old or 6 years old is enough to know who dad is and have a very, very close bond. And for him to say, I'm not even coming to your birthday, it's a sad thing, but you're punishing the child for the actions that the mom did, which is unfair to say the least. But also, I understand why he just wants to just push the eject button. This isn't my kid. I'm not gonna stick around while I have to pay the consequences for the actions of the mother. So I get where everybody's coming from in the sense of, yes, OP doesn't want to be at the birthday party. The mother says the daughter needs you to be at the birthday party. You should probably be there. And for the last paragraph on how the brother got a hold of this and chewed him out. Yeah, the brother probably has a good relationship with who is their perceivably niece, and all of a sudden they're abandoning their niece. It doesn't mean anything to the brother because the brother doesn't have to deal with the fallout of cheating and this is somebody else's kid and X, Y, and Z in that situation. So I get why the brother would be pissed off, but why the OP would have kind of grounds for saying that they're not at fault. So I guess we got to go over to the Decoy defense in the sense of, I guess he's probably just going to be super upset with the whole situation and just want to be this, I'm going to probably have to pay child support, so he's trying to get away from it and just trying to work the legal angle of the whole situation of like, hey, I'm just trying to protect myself by not claiming that I'm the father, that I'm this, and trying to walk away and just trying to, cool off a bit. But I guess even with the decoy defense, this is such a touchy subject. I can tell it's already going to go crazy in the comment section. Obviously, everyone tremendously sucks here, you know, except for the kid. And maybe the brother, you know, maybe the brother needs to be a little bit more delicate with the with OP, but probably just trying to snap OP into get their attention, saying, hey, you got to figure out a better way to do this, because you're punishing this kid that, you know, she may or may not be your daughter, but you're punishing her for the actions of the mother. The mother sucks, obviously, for misleading this guy for the longest time. It's not a popular opinion, but I wholeheartedly believe that, hey, it's not OP's fault. It's gonna be on the ex-wife's fault for saying, hey, you're not, you know, OP isn't robbing the daughter of a relationship with her father. The mom is. The mom should have said, okay, let's figure out, you know, if they've been with multiple people, why doesn't she just figure out who the real dad is and be able to provide for the daughter and establish that relationship? Now it's almost like a gaslighting thing, saying, hey, look, I messed up, but you need to pay for my mess up. And then OP obviously sucks here as well, because they're very, very harsh towards, you know, who was their daughter just a couple months ago. The idea that I bought her toys and stuff, and they can't take the toys that I bought them, and now I need to cut her off and not explain to her why I'm not going to be in their life, you know? Even at a young age, they kind of will be able to understand, like, hey, why dad, you know, their dad is going to walk away from their life forever. So it's a really crappy situation. I think the king antagonist here is going to be the wife, but OP is also being an antagonist. But I understand, because he's hurt right now. Maybe give him a month or so, and then he can kind of come back around and figure out a better way to do this. But as always, give me your comments down below. Earn yourself the Decoy coin, because I know everybody's going to be arguing on this, and they're going to be hating on me. But I mean, I'm entitled to have my opinion, and I'm entitled to have my opinion change as I read over those top comments and your comments down below. But make sure you subscribe down below with the notifications on, so you can see more just a regular guy with a terrible beard and terrible man bun right now, trying to figure out how I feel about things. And also check out that other channel, the Decoy Court, if you want to see just more lighthearted fun stuff. The link will be in the description. But this was obviously a locked post, because nobody can get along in these things. But let's go ahead and get to the top post, saying, everyone sucks here. Your ex sucks for cheating, but congratulations on bailing on a child who has only known you as their father, and being able to turn your back on her this quickly says more about you. And I would like to be able to sit here and bash the father for this, but honestly, if I found myself in the same exact situation, it would probably be like a earth-shattering thing where you probably wouldn't even know yourself for a while. It would have to be a thing where, like, hopefully you don't make a knee-jerk reaction, figure things out, maybe consult with other people that aren't just strangers online. Let's go ahead and get to the next top comment, saying, you're the antagonist. Why would you not even let the girl keep her things? You raised her for 7 years. That's her stuff. Do you not care about her at all? Being mad at her for her mom cheating is one thing. No, being mad at her mom for cheating is one thing, but it's not okay to take it out on the child like that. She didn't choose her parents. And that's the thing, the big reason why OP is going to be the major antagonist here, is because he is punishing the kid who was essentially his daughter for the crimes of their mother. And it's kind of a messed up thing, and there's all sorts of other problems with that, but I kind of, like, you know that can't really make a good definitive statement without pissing people off. So let's go ahead and get to the top controversial comment right now, which is, not the antagonist. Not your kid, not your problem. The only thing that makes you the antagonist is lack of any regret or hurt over the loss of a kid you thought was yours and should have loved and been hurt over her not being yours, and the fact that you refuse to give the child her toys. So kind of a perspective, the same thing that I was seeing right there too, where he's the antagonist because he's treating the kid so bad when it's not really their fault. But the one thing I would say is, you know, the whole not your kid, not your problem, he's probably just super duper hurt and is just trying to figure out a way to go cold turkey from this entire relationship, from this entire family, not trying to get caught up in the whole halfway in, halfway out, doesn't know what to do, and is just going to make a lot of mistakes right now, because that's what people do when they're hurt, make mistakes. So let's go ahead and get to the second controversial comment, which is, so let me get this straight. A 6-year-old girl called you dad for her entire life, raised her, supported her the way a daddy would. And the second you found out that she doesn't share your DNA, you no longer want anything to do with her because she only matters if she shares your blood. You don't love her, you feel nothing for her, and then on top of that, you decided you won't care for her ever again? You deny her everything that she thought you gave her out of love. If someone was to ask that little girl, sweetie, who's your dad, and held up a picture of her biological father and you, who would she say? Would it not be you? Are you not in all ways that always mattered, her daddy? I'm sorry that I'm being harsh, but I'm much more concerned with this little girl than protecting your feelings. Did you ever read the bedtime story or can comfort her and frighten her or kiss her boo-boos or cuddle her and check for monsters under the bed or play with her or pick her up from school with a great big hug? Do all the things you did for her really mean nothing to you? Yes, you're the antagonist. Wait, is this the... Okay, so that post is probably going to go forever. This is a person that's going to berate the OP for the terrible things they're doing, and I wholeheartedly understand all this, the comments right here saying, hey, she knows you as dad, doesn't make you any less dad, except for the fact that you're not your biological dad. So I see both sides of this, where he's just like, look, I'm trying to move on with his life. Never wanted to be a dad. Now he was forced into it, and he's also super hurt that he was just kind of, I don't know, the sucker in his ex-wife's eyes, where it's just like, I can take advantage of this dude, cheat on him, give him no respect as a man, and then also make him raise somebody else's kid, and then also berate him for not raising this other person's kid once he discovered how much little I respected him. I can kind of see why he's getting all that information in his head, like, oh my god, this is terrible, but also how this person is really saying, hey, I don't care about what the wife did, I don't care about what OP's doing, I only care about the innocent person in this, which is the kid. Why are we making the kid feel all the punishment for the terrible things the mother did? And it's really, really, really messed up, but at the end of the day, who is this really on? Whose shoulders is it to be the adult in the room? The wife, and possibly OP, but you know, I've managed to just walk this in circles over and over. I don't even really know how I feel about this situation too. All I know is, yes, everyone sucks here, probably including me, because I can't make a definitive, clear-cut, this is what should happen, this isn't what should happen. I don't really know. I'm kind of in the air. This is a tough situation, but that's why I like covering these types of topics. So if you like this type of stuff and you like being in the conversation on the YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe with the notifications on, so as soon as a video goes up, you can start giving me your input, because that's traditionally when I'm able to read the comments. I'll do videos at 10 a.m., which are Am I the Antagonist? Then probably 3 or 4 p.m., which is going to be something more random and different and just thinking whatever else is going on the internet, maybe. But as always, thanks for hanging out with me as long as you have. Make sure you're sharing this video with someone you think might like it, or just the channel overall. You're checking out Decoy Court. I'll put the link in the description down below of just more kind of funny stuff, animated-ish, MS Paint style, whatever it may be. It's not that great, but I think it's fun, and I think it's funny, and I have fun doing it. So make sure you subscribe to that channel as well. But if anything else, just go ahead and put this on autoplay and watch the next episode of DecoyNoise coming up next.